And okay, it looks like we are live. That's the word I'm looking for. Live. Okay, everyone. Deadman's Tome Podcast. Your host, Mr. Deadman. Joining us here is Patrick Winters. Okay, everyone. How's it going, Patrick?
It is going well. How about
Doing all right, man?
Yep.
All right, that's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's what's happened. I was watching the stream. Some audio was coming from there. That's what's kind of throwing us off a little bit. All right, that's taken care of.
Okay.
Anyway, with that set aside, all right, tonight is gonna be interesting, everyone. I'm gonna be watching the chat and giving out a lot of paperbacks and ebook copies of Shitfest, Deadman's Tome. Deadman's Tome Shitfest, the latest issue. This thing is loaded. This thing is loaded with absolute shit. And one of the stories is written by Patrick Winters. Let's see, we got 2 poems and how many stories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like eight different short stories. 8 different short stories, 2 poems. So it is fully loaded with nasty, deplorable, offensive, extreme shit. How do you feel, Patrick? How do you feel being a part of the shit fest?
Feel proud.
You feel proud?
I feel proud.
You should. Oh, hey, look at that. James, you know what? For being the first one, you get one. You get a copy of the shit fest. Yeah, I'll be watching the chat. Everyone who participates, who has a chance to getting a copy of the shit fest. I'm giving out paperback right now. So all I need is an address. Don't fucking post your address in the goddamn chat. If you dox yourself, I can't save you. If you want it, email me. The description or the email is in the description box below. It's Jesse C. Deadman, okay, at gmail.com. Very simple. If you can't do that, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I know your address. But and Sylvan, you can get one too. All right. All you have to do is email me. Email me your fucking address. I'm not going to dox you. God damn it. All right. Look at that. We already got 2 likes. We got 8 people watching. Man, people are hungry for shit. Mr. Winters?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, man. They want some shit. Yeah, right? Oh, hey, have you looked into the stories? Have you read the other stories in Shitfest?
I have not yet. I am very ashamed to say I am terrible about reading the stuff that I've been published in.
Okay, well, that's going to change. That's going to change today.
Bucket list.
But that's going to change today. Because I'll tell you why. Because after you hear this, you're going to want it. There's a story in there called Ravioli. Okay, I kid you not. If you read this story, this is one of the stories that are going to haunt you for the rest of your life. Because this story by Stephen Gassano is, let's take a shit story, but let's combine it with food in a fucking restaurant. Make it's like Goodfellas, but instead of focusing on the mafia, you're focusing on the chef and the restaurants that they eat at. And this guy has a bone to pick. This guy's like, you whack my mother, you give me a hard time, whatever, you fuck up my life. Guess what? I'm going to shit on your food and you're going to eat it. I was eating Chinese the other day and I couldn't stop thinking about the story. I didn't want to fucking eat my food. I was like, what if this Chinese guy is shitting in my food? Like, what am I going to do?
Family recipe.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like that. So definitely check that one out. It will haunt you.
All
right. All
from
right.
your personal loving.
All right. So, but let's talk about your story. Your story's called what? Curses
Okay.
and Shits, right?
Glorious title. Isn't it?
Oh, and I do apologize. If every now and then Mr. Winter sounds like a robot, look, we're working on it. I think his internet is kind of sucking at the moment, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll work with it. He's from, well, I'm not gonna say where he's from, but let's just say there's some distance, and we're trying to work around this. Okay, it's okay. It's okay, Patrick. It's all right. We'll work with it. But
Or I could just be a robot. You never know.
you could be a robot. You could. With the way you've been sending me stories, I think you are. But I think Curses and Shit might be like the third. How many?
Yeah.
Curses and Shits.
Wait.
How many stories?
Shitfest,
Mm-hmm.
prison, no safe word, and Chocalypse. So 4.
Four.
Yep.
And wait, are you including the Krampus Christmas where your story was on the site instead of in the? So 5.
Wow, I've had quite a few.
Hold on. That's so we have a lot of your work. We should have had you on sooner. You know, so
Better late than never. So
better late than never. All right, but let's get into it. Curses and Shits.
Yes.
All right, tell me about this story.
So,
For those that are listening, then
Curses and Shits.
Okay, I think you're echoing. There's an echo somewhere. What's going on?
What's up, y'all? We were talking about my story
someone
just
joined
a few minutes ago.
Oh, Steven, what's going on, man? Gasano. Steven Gasano. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
There's some chatter. Hey, I'm doing all right, man.
I'm doing good, man. So I just got home and then I just got into the show right now.
Hey, that's good. That's good. And you tune in, you jump in, join on the shit fest. Join on the shit fest. Hey, there's some chatter in the chat, and I think someone needs another copy. I see someone, Shanna Pecora. I don't know who that person is, but if Shanna Pecora wants a free copy, if she wants a free copy of the paperback of Shitfest, all she has to do is email me and say, "Yeah, I want the copy. I want a copy," and I'll send it to you. That's all you have to do. Or I'll DM them or something. Find a way. Let's see what I can do with that. All right, so Patrick. All right, okay, yeah, she's into it. Okay, my email's in the description box. So you find it, you send me an email, you let me know, and all that stuff. We'll take care of it. Okay, so with that said, so Mr. Winters, dude, let's talk about Curses and Shits because this story is fucking crazy. But I want to get your take on it. For those who haven't read it and those who are just listening who are curious, how would you describe this story?
Batshit would be the apt description, I'd say.
Curses and Shits. Yeah.
It involves some curses and definite shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. See right there, the title tells you. The title says it all, huh?
Yep. It's all right there.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Self-explanatory.
All you need to know. Curses and Shits. But man, that's where it gets wild. We're talking about like flying bat turds. Just throw that out there.
You mean that's old to you? That's every other Thursday for me.
Oh, flying bat turds every other Thursday? Oh, dang.
Yeah, every other Thursday.
Oh man, how did you come up with that one?
That is a good question. My
sounds
mind worked
like
various
another
ways. Day. Yeah. It was a Thursday. That's how I came up with it. It was Thursday. They came flying out of my bathroom, and I'm like, "Damn it, gotta write a story about that now."
Thursday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday, Turds Day. I like that.
basically writes it. But yeah, when I saw the open call for this, I immediately thought, God, what could I possibly do for this beautiful, wonderful theme? And my mind's been working through things. What could I possibly do with fecal matter? And I think my mind eventually went to that scene in Jurassic Park where Sam Neill, it was Jeff Goldblum, sticks his hand into the dinosaur crap.
Oh, yeah.
I suddenly had an idea of what if something suddenly burst out of that and scrap out of them all. And from there, took that very random, peculiar idea, curses and shit.
So that's where you got it. You got it from Jurassic Park. I would have never guessed.
A tiny nut, a gigantic full tree.
I would have never guessed. If you would have told me that your inspiration for the story was like giant dino shit. Jeff Goldblum digging his hand into giant dino shit, I would have never guessed that. I would be like, what? What?
Oh, yeah.
I would have thought maybe you were like smoking out of a bong or whatever, and like, I don't know, you're just like, dude, flying bat turds. That's what we're doing.
A sudden Drew's epiphany. Just Jurassic Park.
Hey, but you know where we get our inspiration from, dude, that's crazy sometimes, you know. That's a story in itself. Yeah, because the thing I liked about your story is I like the way the two dudes, it made it seem like, you know, they've been friends for a long time, whatever. They're just hanging out and you know, getting high and having a horrible experience with this fucking flying shit that's going everywhere.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. So how long have you been writing, Mr. Winters?
Technically been writing since I was a little kid. I mean, ever since I was young, I've always been a bit of a daydreamer, I guess you could say. So I've always just been lost in my own head, coming up with random stories, characters, and ideas. And from a pretty young age, I started putting them down. And come late high school years, I decided to actually try and make something of it and start writing seriously, quote unquote.
Yeah, you got to put that in quotes since you submitted to the shitfest. The highlight of your career.
But yeah,
no, but it's fun.
Come high school, early college, I finally decided, you know what? Stop dating about all this stuff. Actually put it down, and beyond just putting it, actually send it out there and see if anyone could actually find entertainment.
I see. So you were building up on it. It was kind of like festering. You just wanted to.
Yeah.
And you just tapped in. You just tapped into it. Okay. All right. And did you, like, how old were you when you first started sending out your work?
I think I sent my first story freshman year of college. So that would have been when I was about 21. And I finally had my first publication, I think, second half sophomore year, so around 2.
All right. So you're pretty young. And what was your experience like? You got some rejections, you got some negative feedback, you get some praise.
Yeah, I actually had it pretty lucky at starting out. I mean, the very first place I went off to was Nightmare Magazine, which is still pretty up there in terms of a pro market. And stupid me, I remember printing off their contract seriously, like, oh man, this could actually happen. A couple days later, they're like, thanks, no thanks. So yeah, I was crushed, but obviously, especially at this point, I expect it. But I got right back on the course, sent the same story, and sent in third place, and they did accept. So I consider myself lucky with getting such an early publication and relatively few places before it happened.
Hey, well, that's. I mean, the only real way to get success is to keep on doing.
Exactly.
I mean, if you stop when you get rejected, if you stop when you fail, or you stop when you fall, then that's it. It's over. And you really only have yourself to blame. You can be like, oh, they just don't understand my work or my story, my vision. But, I mean, if you stop because you were rejected, especially just one time, then what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
That's you must just cry in a fucking shower. Like, what are you doing? You know?
They don't like me.
Marchese, he had a good post today. We were talking about, like, how do you handle rejection? And I was messing with him sometimes. I'm like, oh, I cry and slit my wrists. I cry in the shower.
Oh my God.
Oh, no, but can you imagine though? I mean, I don't know. But hey, you went through, you stayed with it, it worked out for you. Man. You got
if I
you working on any other projects?
Oh yeah, I try to stay constant with my work. Doesn't happen, but the last few weeks actually have been the most productive in quite a while. I think I finished up 4 short stories in the last 3-4 weeks, and within the 11 days, I sent off like 16 submissions, hoping for at least one to take, but who knows?
All right, and you write mostly horror?
Yeah, mostly that's what comes easiest to me at this point, but I have done a few other things, side of romance here and there, which on reading cursive shit, maybe not, I don't know, but branch out the more I grow and as a person and write it, time will tell.
All right, man.
I actually would like to write children's novels in the future.
Children's novels.
Also might have put from curses and shit.
Yeah, you mentioned Deadman's Tome's children's stories. That'd be beautiful.
Brand new anthology.
Yeah. Hey kids, gather around. This is the Shit Fest kid version.
Oh my God.
Stories for demented kids. There you go.
I just want to know if those kid stories come with flying pterosaurs in them. I mean, because honestly, that would be pretty cool.
What kid would have that?
I mean, I don't know. I would.
I think they need to start including them in Happy Meals, frankly.
What would the toys look like in that, though?
It's too scary.
It'd be like scary little turd monsters. Put that in the Happy Meals.
You know what? I would pitch that to like Nickelodeon or something.
Yeah.
That'd be
Who
cool.
was it that did the Garbage Pail Kids?
I don't know who did that. I don't remember that. Garbage Pail Kids. Oh man, but yeah, that'd be interesting. We got to spread this around. Maybe I will tackle that little kid version of Deadman's Tome. Everyone just gathered around. Those are the kids, and I'll put in some like secret stories in the back. Or man, I'll put it in the middle. Put the hardcore stories in the middle, right? Because usually people when they look at a book, they go for the front and they go to the back. You know, put the hardcore stuff in the middle. Just slip it in. Oh wait, we got a new guy.
Hey,
David joined. David Schultz. Shits.
David Schultz. That's right.
David
I'll go with the latter for
Schultz.
this anthology.
David Shits. There we go.
Yeah.
See, this is perfect. I like this project already because I could fuck up people's names and it sounds like it's part of the joke. All right, David Shits. David fucking Shits. Middle name. Man, look, your name is perfect. David F. Schultz.
Yeah, it's pretty good for this one.
Dude, is this a fucking pen name?
No, that's
Is
a
this
real
a joke?
name.
David F. Schultz.
Yeah, it works well.
Wow. Yeah, look at that. David fucking Shits. Schlitz. Look at that. Okay. So yeah, he's a poet. We have a poet here.
Also,
We have a fucking shit poet.
Yeah, you don't see many of those.
No, not really. I mean, I thought my daughter was going to be one the other day when I found her. She's like not even 2 yet, so she's wearing diapers, and she was in a crib playing with her shit. I was like, damn it. You're right on the walls with your shit. Shit poetry.
That could have made it into the anthology.
It could have. If she would have succeeded, I would have taken a picture and be like, Marchese, this is the cover. It's shit
Yeah,
on
that
the
would have
wall.
been a good cover. Yeah.
But I like the cover that Marchese sent because he made it better than what I could have. I would have been like, I'm just gonna smear shit on the wall or fake shit and take a picture of that. But he helped out. I like that. I like the little details. There's like a syringe on the bottom. There's like a roach and some blood. Looks nasty. Real nasty. All right. So David,
Yeah.
tell me about your poem.
Well,
Gol-
anyone who watched
Golgothan, right?
Dogma, yeah, Golgothan. Yeah, anyone who watched Dogma would probably recognize the inspiration for that thing. There's a demon made out of shit in that movie, so that's part of the reason that I wrote that thing. And the other reason is because like I don't like how people think that poetry always has to be about something beautiful or like it always has to be love or flowers or something like that or nature. I think poetry is about having an effect on people. So if the effect that I want to have with this one is like sort of to make people lose their appetite, or feel kind of grossed out, right? So I think that's a legitimate aim of poetry. So that's what I'm trying to do with that piece.
Hey, and that's perfect for this. So I guess the shit fest was the anthology you were looking for.
Yeah, it's kind of a perfect fit.
Oh, look at that! Who would have known? Who would have known, man? Look at that.
Yeah, and it's great that it exists, the anthology, because I don't know who else would want to take it, because I'm sort of going against the prevailing culture. Most people don't want to read poems about that, so you need to find a certain niche market.
Hey, they do if they have a fucking sense of humor. Hey, if you're watching the show right now and you have a sense of humor, you want to laugh, you want to get Shitfest, you want to get this anthology, you don't want to cough up the money for it, say something in the fucking chat. Say something in the goddamn chat, and I'll just give you a free copy. I'm giving it out for free.
Oh, it doesn't cost much. Everyone should just get a copy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll order mine right now.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right. Man, there's so much I can go with on your poetry, on your poem. One, dude, the shit lord, the shit demon thing in Dogma was like, I think one of the best parts of that movie.
Mm-hmm. Very memorable part.
That was it. Yeah, that was the scene that sealed the movie for me. I was like, oh, damn it. Okay, Susan Sears, you get one. You're gonna get a fucking copy. You asked for it. Damn it. Begging for it. See, people are begging for shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you're in the chat and you want a copy and you already asked for it, you're going to get it. But share the link out to others and let them know you need to get on this shit. I only see 8 people watching and I only see 5 likes. We need to correct that. We need to fix that. Come on, let's do that. So send it out. Share the link on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever the hell. Okay? and you just let them know, hey, Mr. Deadman's going crazy. He's giving out free shit. Oh man. Hey, but we can class this shit stream up real fast. Hey David, you care to read your poem?
Yeah, I can do that.
Look at that.
Yeah,
We're about to get a reading.
All right, the whole thing.
That's yeah.
All right. 1 sec.
Okay.
All right, everyone ready in the room there? Let's do it.
I'm ready. I got my rum I'm sipping on.
All right. I wonder if I should set this poem up at all or just go with it. I'll just go with it.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
Just go with it.
It can speak for itself. Okay. Spit from hell's pit, a shit demon released to stalk and slither sewers underground. Bloated and bowel-birthed, the crap-crowned king of stench belches flatulent fumes, feasts on excretus, foul imp, forages, slurps greased serpents that slide porcelain canals, drowned in its gaping maw, brown mulch, munched, gulped down, glommed in the golem's great brown girth, twice digested, rancid beef, spawned in spoor-splattered sanctum, gripping sewer grates as it gorges, gargling and foaming, a spongy feast of flushed waste. This gaping gastric gargoyle, squelching, squeezing, slipping through pipes and cracks, trailing stringy residue and flakes, still grows. Bedded detritus, congealed anal cavity drippings feed this gutter-moist fiend. Feed and feed its fecal flesh, corn-flecked.
Oh, fucking gross. Did y'all see that fucking imagery?
So this poem, did you catch the techniques there that I was using?
You know, when it comes to poetry, I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to poetry, I am pretty much a noob in that area. But
yeah,
I mean,
well,
I see the rhymes,
totally
I see the
different art.
flow.
It's a totally different art than just regular fiction, but this one is based on Gerard Manley Hopkins, who had this very interesting rhythm, but he was usually writing about like the beauty of God. So I thought it was very funny to take that form and just use it to talk about a shit demon. Like basically the same style, the same use of lots of alliteration, the same sonnet form, and the same like broken syntax in places. So basically, I was just copying his style, and just using it for like the completely opposite subject matter.
Dude, that's fucking clever. That's pretty fucking clever. You take a style that was written by a poet, written for religious God, and describing the beauty of God, and here you're describing the grotesque, nasty nature of shit in a way that almost seems kind of like you're romanticizing about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's supposed to be like a building emotion. When you read Gerard Manley Hopkins, actually, if you look at the last two words of his poem, I think the poem is called God's Grandeur. And the last two words are bright wings. So he's talking about all these heavenly feelings and beauty and so forth. And the last lines are bright wings. And the way he creates the passage, that bright wings pop out of it because of the use of alliteration. In my case, I replaced bright wings with corn-flecked. So that's the phrase that I want to pop from that image there.
I don't know about you guys, but it popped for me. Pop for me. Unless it's me, David, I'm gonna be the only one kissing your ass right here. I'm like, man, that shit.
Well, as long as it works for someone.
Oh man. Oh fuck. That's good, man.
Thank you.
And that's like the first piece that introduces. I think that introduces the anthology quite well.
Thank you.
A nice feel. Oh, no problem. No problem. See, just kissing that ass. No more shit. We got Patrick Winters, who has Flying Bat Shirts. We got David F. fucking Shits. giving us shit beauty. And then we have Stephen Gusano, who, man, I don't know if you eat Italian, but if you do, you're not going to be eating raviolis after you read this fucking story.
Fucking A.
You know what, Steve? Do you fucking cook? Are you a goddamn chef?
I tried, but then every time I try pasta, even though it's like my favorite food, I always fuck it up somehow.
Are you putting your shit in it? That might be why you're
Only if I was
fucking it up.
really mad at someone. Like only if I was like really mad at someone.
And I ask him this because the way his story is written, it's as if he's done this before. Like he knows the procedure of what to do. We're talking, he goes into fine detail, like how to preserve the fucking turd and how to break it up into fine little powder and just put it on the ravioli for texture, you know? You guys
I
hungry?
have heard of something
Yeah,
kind of similar though. Oh no, sorry. It was like also partially inspired by how I think there's like a service where for like Valentine's Day, if you want to get back at like an ex, you would ask this company to make Valentine's chocolate, but then make it with cow dung and then send it to that person. You know, it can be
No
like your
way.
ex
That's
or just
legit?
anyone. Yeah, it's legit.
Wait
It's like
a
they put
second.
cow dung. They put cow dung instead of these Valentine's Day gifts, and then you can ask them to like send it to like another person.
No fucking way.
I saw it on like Animal Planet from what like 5 years ago. I mean, like I don't know if they're still up, but I'm pretty sure
Well,
that like they still do that.
Well, if it's advertised on Animal Planet, then I guess it's legit.
Right.
Anyway,
I mean, it can't
Except when it put like
it's on there.
like it's like only
Wow.
unless if they do like that Sasquatch and like other things like that.
Yeah. Get Sasquatch shit. Ugh.
Sasquatch
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I
I
think-
just like that attention to detail. I like that attention
Oh, yeah,
to detail in your
thanks.
story. I like that.
You know.
Yeah.
And actually, so like other than like making characters, like just putting details is my favorite part of writing, and just like about just writing anything in general.
Did you have to break into any like watch other cooking shows about how they go through the process and I don't know
I mean, like,
the terminology and shit?
like I know a lot about pasta because pasta is like my favorite food in the whole world, and then also
But
like
you're
it's like
Italian,
I would
though,
like. I wish. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm
No.
actually Hispanic.
Oh, okay. Well, that's still cool. I think you get a pass. I don't think it's a.
Nice.
I don't think you have to be Italian like it. You know,
Nah, I didn't want to kill like it, but
Nah.
then like I watched like all of these cooking shows, you know, with like Gordon Ramsay, fucking
yeah.
whoa, I forgot the name of that guy with like the fire on his t-shirt, Mr. Flavortown.
Oh,
There
that
we
guy,
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then like they would go into so much detail about like how to put like every layer and how to grind every meat, and then I kind of just took that and then I tried to apply it to my story.
All right. Well, there you go, and then that works. Especially watch that with the diner and dies. That's the show you're talking about, right? The guy Fear. I think who said it? Patrick said it. David said it.
yeah, like
I don't know. He said it.
Fieri, I think is how it's
Oh,
pronounced. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, that helped out because I bought it. I was like, man, this guy. I think I wouldn't trust him in the fucking kitchen. I would not go to if I go to his house. He's not cooking for me. Not at all. And I hate to say this, but if I find out you work in the fucking in the food industry, I don't know, man. I might have to call someone.
Oh, dude.
You know, shit. And then I'm giving Steven a hard time, but then going back to Patrick, his story, man, that's a crazy. It's more than just a flying bat turd. We're talking about a conspiracy. There's a fucking conspiracy in this story.
Yep.
Now I don't know about you guys, but every now and then, I might. It's like a moment of weakness. I might cave and eat one of those fucking little Debbie snacks. You know what I'm talking about? Like the little Debbie treats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't tell me
Right.
no. Am I coming through all right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, like the little Debbie snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, because I can't be the only fat fuck who knows that. I might be the only fat fuck in this fucking stream, though.
Oh no, you're not.
No, definitely not.
David's real quiet. He's real quiet. He's like, I'm not going to eat Debbie's snacks.
Actually, I've got to jump out
But
soon.
anyway. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm
so-
sorry.
But
I came in and read your poem.
yeah. Yep. Well, thanks
Well,
for the.
before you go,
Yep,
before you go,
for sure. What's
are
up?
you excited? Are you excited? Are you proud about being in the shit fest?
Oh yeah, for sure. I will have.
All right,
well,
man.
I'll be tweeting about this, blogging about this,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Get to the
Definitely do
rest.
so. Definitely do so.
It's an
Can I tell you
interesting.
what?
It's an interesting anthology. I mean, you don't see that very often. It's sort of a niche market, right?
Hey, hey, you know what? I call for things, and sometimes I'm like, "What the fuck am I doing this?" And shit, anthology shit fest was one of them. I was like, I don't know, but there's a guy you need to meet on Twitter. That was my dog in the background. His name's Gary Buller. He's part of the idea. Find him, and you find a guy who's like fucking hilarious. But
Yeah. Well, I'm
All
glad
right,
it
man, you
exists.
guys-
I think we need stuff like this. You know, creative projects that take things in new directions, right? Stuff that you can't find anywhere else.
hey, that's what I'm part of. I'm just like, I want to do stuff that's fun. I want to do stuff that's fun. It may not make much money, but I want to leave a mark like that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's original, and the people who like it are really going to like it because they're not going to find that kind of stuff anywhere else.
Exactly. And I tell you what, if you know someone that really wants it, I know you want them to buy it. I know, because we all get paid if they buy it. But you know someone who really wants it, you send them this way. I'll be handing out copies. It's okay.
Yeah, if you're thinking
And
about
that
buying a
person gets
present
a
for
free
someone.
copy. Yeah, and that person gets a free copy that gets out someone else. And tell someone else. Eventually, the free copies are going to end. You're going to have to buy the real shit. So if you know anyone, send them right fucking now. Because I want to do this. I want to do this. God damn it. I want to go crazy. Need more people. All right.
Yeah, I mean
Never
that's
know.
the best
Man,
part
it's
of
great
being
having you.
best part of being a writer is when people read your stuff and you get to see how it influences them. So the more people that read it,
Exactly.
the better it is for us.
Mhm.
Not
Exactly.
because of the money. It's because we write things because we want to share them with people.
Mhm.
Damn fucking straight, man. There are days. I know I'm holding you. I just want to say there are days where I wish if I had the ability to take one of the anthologies, one of them, and just blast them on like an apartment complex or blast them somewhere. I would fucking do it. Like I want everyone to fucking read this shit. You know? But anyway, man, I'm just holding you up, man. I guess one last thing, if you have time, you have an embarrassing shit story. It's related to the shit fast. Come on. You have an embarrassing shit story?
For myself, I don't have one. I do know somebody who their law application, they wrote, you write about how good of a student you are in law school. I know somebody who went to law school and then their application, their personal story was running a marathon the first time they ran a marathon. And they shit themselves like, I don't know, a third of the way through, but they finished it. So that was their personal story, personal statement for their law school application. And they got in on that. So
Oh, dang.
You have to
Nice.
finish it.
yeah.
They knew that they were committed.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
So that says something, I guess. But I thought that was a pretty funny
that's
story.
embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Well, man, you are lucky because you have limited time. But if you had more time, man, I would dig deeper. I know somewhere there has to be an embarrassing story. Somewhere.
Yeah, well, I guess if I knew that question was coming, I probably would have thought more about it. But
That's all right.
yeah,
That's all right. It's all right, man. Hey, but if you have the balance, it's okay. I'm glad you came on to read your poem.
thank you for having me on to read it, and
Hey,
good
no
luck with
problem.
getting a lot of sales.
Hey,
Yeah,
thanks.
this thing should be read by people. Yeah, it's doing something
it
that
will be.
other yeah. Cool.
It will be.
Well, have a good rest of your show. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem. No problem. Take it easy.
You too. See ya.
See ya. All right. Well, that was David Shits. I kind of focused on him because I figured he had limited time.
Right.
And man, that name is perfect, right? David F. Shits. I mean Schultz. Oh man. Well, where to go from here, man? Where to go from here? Well, man, Patrick, what else do you do besides write, man? What's going on?
Not a whole lot, really. Like we were talking earlier, just got a new job, working that, focusing on that as much as I do. And
Yeah, you mentioned like you got a new job or something changed. Is that right?
Yep, I switched positions, work for a third-party life insurance company, and I'm now handling death claims.
Death claims for life insurance.
Yep.
If that doesn't scream horror, I don't know what
Yeah. That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah,
And
that's a pretty sweet job.
my boss knows that I'm here. And she actually, well, this might give you some inspiration.
Wait. She knows she knows that you are a writer. Does she know that you're on the show right now? Does she even know about this?
What?
She's like, you're on a shit show? You better not tell him about the one murder. Or that one death where the guy swallowed shit.
Sounds like a jackass-related incident gone wrong.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you're probably gonna find that. Think about all the crazy deaths you're gonna find. You gotta weed out the legit ones from the fraudulent suicides and crazy. I mean,
And they told me that when you start out, you've got to have a sense of humor. So I'm trying to keep mine moving forward.
oh yeah, because you're gonna find situations where like, some dude is dead, some ex-husband dead in a bathtub. Well, why was the toaster in the bathtub? Oh, I told my husband not to cook Pop-Tarts while he was taking a bath, but he just wanted to do that. So you're gonna find shit like that. You might, I don't know, man. It's gonna get crazy.
Oh yeah, people are crazy.
Oh yeah, they'll do things. Oh, you mean to tell me you're trying to tell me that this wasn't a suicide? He's hanging from rope. That's crazy, man. Well, you're gonna have all sorts of inspiration. So I expect more work from you in the future about that. So yeah. All right. Well, we could go into see Patrick.
Oh shit, my
Sorry?
bad.
I was gonna say, hey.
I just wanted to ask. I just wanted to ask Patrick, since he probably saw a bunch of weird deaths documented. I wanted his opinion on like what was the weirdest death that like he encountered so far.
Well, it's only been a couple of weeks, and I really haven't got handle anything personally because I'm still in. So anything personally, so not quite sure how to answer.
Okay, so we haven't seen anything yet. Not really.
Yeah.
Okay. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Yeah, someone asked, how many stories are there in this shit fest? I just counted. There's 11. Yeah, there's 11 stories. Let's see. Well, if you count poems as well, we got Galgathon, the vast sea of shit, from a great height, the shits. That's, I can't even say this. Festus Nura? Festus Nura? I'm butchering how you say that. The Demon Lord of shit. Tony, you know what I want to talk about. Ravioli, just a little bloob. Meteor shit. The lake ghost. The runs. And curses and shit. And curses and shit is, of course, Mr. Winter's story. Telling you, you read that one. That's another one kind of like Ravioli, where you're going to question what you eat. You're like, do I really want to eat this little Debbie snack?
Yeah, you mentioned with the conspiracy. When I was writing that, it wasn't actually the whole conspiracy thing. The twist to that actually became very late story. And when I did decide to do that, what kind of came to mind, like, who was it that did like the Super Size Me documentary years ago about McDonald's and how it's healthy for you? That was kind of my inspiration for including that and fit in there to make some kind of that cultural critique, like the idea of big business companies trying to sell you something that they know really isn't the best to, but they do it anyways, and we still consume it anyways.
Yeah, I mean that works because it does happen. I mean, whenever that scene, it in your story, it seemed legit. It seemed like I could believe it. I could believe some company out there, especially one like this, is all like diabolical and sinister. They're like, what ways can we fuck people up today and still make a profit? How are those little snacks going? How are they selling?
Or the
people shitting bat turds. You know, man. What would you do if a piece of shit started flying out of your fucking toilet?
It's a damn good question.
What would you do, Steven?
Oh man, if that happened to me, I don't know. I mean, like, I would just call a plumber right away and then just like shut that toilet until he came over.
Oh, I was saying the bat's already out, flying around. But okay, you close that toilet seat. But what if the bat got out? Because I don't know, man. The bat might be stronger than you think.
I mean, like, I can't kill it or anything, but so like the best thing I would do is just to try to like contain it. So I either close the toilet or just lock it in the bathroom the moment I see it.
Gotcha. All right. Just lock it in the bathroom. It'll just fly around against the wall. Splash shit everywhere. It'd be cool. It'd be a horrible experience. It's something nightmares. Now, I gotta say, part of the inspiration for Shitfest. Y'all remember the movie? What was it called? The Ghoulies? The Ghoulies?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. The bathroom scene when the dude was like, I was like a little kid when I saw that movie, Okay, all I recall of that fucking movie was there's this dude who's dressed like a business guy, and he goes to take a shit, and this little demon dude bites his ass. This little demon dude is eating this guy's asshole. That was a fucking movie. It was horrifying.
No,
After watching that, I was like, I was probably like, I don't know how old I was when I saw it, maybe 7 or something, but I was legitimately scared of taking a shit. I was like, okay, is there something in this toilet? That's horrifying to me. That's scary. Because that's a moment of weakness, man. Think about that. You're on the toilet. Something were to come up through the pipes and bite your ass. What can you do?
Shit on it. Fight back. Fire with fire.
Fight fire.
Works better if you have diarrhea.
Oh yeah, you little demon. Check that out. You just douse it with your butt juice. All right.
Oh man. Oh shit. Hey guys. I gotta go. I have to do some important shit right now.
Oh shit. You got a jet like right now?
Yeah. I'm really sorry about that. But it was really cool being on here.
Hey, it's no problem, man. No problem. No problem at all.
All right, man. Thanks you both. Then
hey.
Can't wait to check out that anthology.
Mm-hmm. Well,
all right, man.
You definitely will. I said everybody was in it a copy, but
right.
You know, if you didn't get it, just let me know.
All right, for sure. I'll let you know, man. All right, man. Thanks for everything.
Send more people this way. Send more fucking people this way. Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll tag them on my Facebook account, on my Instagram. So those are two of my major social accounts, and then like both of them just like have my name, Steven Gusano, and then I'll definitely post some info on both my accounts.
All right, sounds good. That'll help because I don't see any new names in this goddamn chat. And we need to fix that.
Right. I'll see you around.
All right. All right, Mr. Winters.
Hello.
Patrick.
I'm still with you. Sticking it through.
Good.
I ain't quitting you.
See, and I like this because we could shoot the shit off with stuff because I can dig deep because we publish like a lot of your stuff. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of work out there.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Besides Deadman's Tome, where else are you published in?
I've had a few series in Sanitarium Magazine, Trust of Fate, been released on a few websites like Stories. It's definitely something that I'm trying to do moving forward, just expanding that and looking at new places to swell. Yeah.
Okay. And I heard Sanitarium has come back. I think they had like a hiatus or something. Yeah. But it looks like they're coming back. I just heard about it. I haven't really read anything of it. If they're paying or they changed the pay rates or anything. But if you're interested in jumping on that again.
To be determined. But yeah, I've seen a post about that just today.
That's good to hear. It's publications, they come and go, man. Especially hard magazines like e-zines. They come and go so fast. Oh, yeah. Faster than you think.
I just the other day I did just a random Google search, like horror magazine admissions. Came across some website where someone had piled. It had to be a list of at least like 30. And of those like 30, and still had even the websites available. All the other domains had shut down, were gone, sold, just done. And that's really sad and discouraging to see, but it happens so often.
It does. Obviously, by doing that, compiling a list of all the dead ones, but that's just sad. That'll just make me cry a little bit. Yeah, I think it'll make a lot of people cry. Like, oh. But they're so easy to make. Someone just makes a blog and their website. Maybe they're passionate. They have an idea for it, and just I want to do this, and they don't realize how much work it takes. Yeah, they are. Maybe they're been doing it for a while, but they're not really making a profit. So they're just like, you know what? I just can't do it anymore. Personal things change. People's financial situations change. Like maybe they could keep it afloat because of the money they make from the day job, but then they lose their job. I don't know. I mean, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. It ultimately comes down to passion versus money, sadly.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I'll get some fan questions. The one in particular that I need to read right now. Now is a pretty good time to read it. If you made it this far on the show, you definitely don't mind if I get a little raunchy and say some things I probably shouldn't say. This question comes from Gary Buller. And this question is, he wants to know what turns Mr. Deadman on. I have to tell him is why does he really want to know? Why, Gary? Why, Mr. Buller? Do you want to know what turns me on when you already know a fat, healthy British sausage? I'm just joking with you fuckers. No. Come on, man. Come on. You want me to say something that's gonna get me in trouble with my wife? I'll be in a doghouse tonight. I'm a hardwired heterosexual male. I might be married, but what turns me on? What do you think turns me on? A hot chick, a hot woman. What am I saying? Oh, a woman who's designed, who looks like she's crafted by like from heaven itself. You know what I'm saying? Come on, it has all the right features. Come on. That's what I'm saying. Big asses. I'm an ass man. All right. Any other questions? Let's see what we have in the chat. Do we have anything in the chat that's kind of question related? If you have some questions for us, definitely send them in now. I know there's a delay, so you let us know if you have any questions. That'd be great. Let's see. Someone asked how many stories there are. I answered that one. Let's see what else. One thing I'll throw out there right now. So on the channel, I'm doing things a little bit different. If you're new to this channel, the Mr. Deadman channel, so on Monday I'm streaming video game things. On Wednesday I'm doing what I call the shit show. Not really related to this anthology, the Shit Fest, but pretty much it is. It's like you just take. All I can really say about that show is we just look at the hilarious and stupid things that people do on the internet. And then Friday I have the podcast. So yeah, feel free to send in questions if you have any questions. What is the next anthology you will be doing? Good question. Hey Patrick, did you see the new submissions? The new call for submissions?
I don't believe I did. But I'm
calling for more Lovecraft stories.
Oh, okay.
It might seem kind of redundant since I just had the Christmas Cthulhu, but Lovecraft is where the money's at. And while Shitfest is fun, I also want to make a buck or two.
Yeah.
So, doing Ancient Ones 2. The Ancient Ones is doing well. It's one of the Deadman's Tome publications, and it's doing well for itself. So it's like, let's do a second one. Because that's original. Just follow Hollywood. The first one did well. Let's do a sequel.
Sequel, remake. Equal to the remake.
Yeah, I know. It's cool now. But it's gonna be lame when it's Ancient Ones 3, Ancient Ones 4. That's when it's done. I'm not doing that. I'll do a second one, but not a third one. Hold me to it. Hold me to it, because sometime next year I'll be toying with the idea. Ancient Ones 3. Like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
No.
Mm-hmm. Like, just give it a new title. You know, the one after that. Check this out. I tossed this idea around with Marchese too. I want to do something like bikers, like biker horror, but like biker combined, because zombies are pretty much done in Deadwood. But if you did like bikers meet like the Living Dead or something, that would be interesting. That might be already done before, but I'm playing around with that idea because that's a niche market too. And I just love that imagery. Like, I don't even fucking own a motorcycle, but the imagery is fucking badass. And maybe it's because I have a neighbor that does, and he shows me his bike, and it's pretty fucking sweet. I'm like, man, dude, I see something with this, man. I see something. I don't know, but that's one idea.
And with the thinkers, I mean, that opens it up even more, because bikers, there's this inherent theme of travel, and that can open it up to any number of locations and places. You could get all sorts of different ologies involved in that. It can be wide open.
And I think look, Shanna says she'd totally be into that anthology, which awesome. That's the idea. So the bikers travel, right? They go across. They're on the lone trail, whatever, on the road. They get caught on some shit. They see crazy things. I'm sure they've probably seen shadow people or whatever. One of my favorite stories on the Deadman's Tome site, it wasn't even in an anthology or anything, is oh, come on, I can't recall the name of it right now. Oh fuck, it was a biker theme one. It literally was about these fucking meth using bikers that found like this ancient relic. It was fucking cool, badass, and a little funny. All right, so definitely want to play around with that, and also it gives me a chance to do like a pinup calendar. A Deadman's Tome pinup calendar. We'll see how that works. I think we're good at questions. If you have any other questions, we'll answer them as we go. I need to see more people to hand out more anthologies. So if you're listening, you know anyone, let them know, man. Let them know. All right. Let's go into gear. Let's go into something that might be a little interesting. You how all the stuff you've done with Deadman's Tome. All the stuff you've done. Dude, like, you even submitted to Trumpocalypse.
That was very interesting to do.
Like, how does that compare to Shitfest? I mean,
I'd say it's still the better experience overall.
Okay. Because Trumpocalypse, like that one, I felt more on the fence about that whole thing than Shitfest. Shitfest, I was like, yeah, let's go for it. But Trumpocalypse, I was like, man, this could go in either direction and fully extreme. Yeah. And I've been blessed to where it's actually been like middle. It's like I don't know. I guess it's not as hard as leftists wanted to be, and it's not as crazy as rights wanted to be. You know, it's just right there in the middle, which I'm like, all right, that's cool. But dude, I dig your story in that. That was what would Trump do in a fucking zombie situation? What would he do, man?
And the title of that story was an actual quote by him, in case you did not know.
Oh yeah, I caught that one.
Yeah,
got that one.
What was so weird was he actually said that like a week before I even started writing that, so it was like printing for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works well, man. And see, that's what I like about that project. It's like we're just reflecting on what's going on around us. So I'm glad that happened. And Trump has said crazy things.
Oh yeah.
And what was that quote? What was that quote exactly? Something about I have the biggest brain, I'm the best brain. I know, like.
I have a good brain, and I've said a lot of things. From what I remember, he said
It's a fucking
like
zombie story.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, brain. This is perfectly setting it up for me. This is like the universe is setting up the punchline, and I've just got to deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
That in relation to like something about foreign correspondence, foreign relations, something like that, and how we were going to be handling some situation with another country. And that was his response to it, was that I have a very good brain and I've said a lot of things. It's just, what does that mean?
Yeah. And from that spawned that story. Man. Well, actually, it sounds like you already had a story because, well, what came first, the title or the story?
The story. Yeah, I had that in
the story
mind first.
All right.
I just thought it would be ironic having a zombie going after Trump's brain, maybe not being the best meal.
Yeah. Hey, and not. I mean, it's just. No. Oh man. You know, probably get some people be like, "Oh man, you're bashing on Trump or whatever." Fuck. Yeah, whatever, man. Look, that anthology was crazy for what it is. That one, there was like this interview in the beginning that I put together that may or may not be legit. There's a crazy fight between Trump and this crazy machine. There was a crazy fight to the death between politicians about how they get fucking elected. That was cool. But then you were also a no safe word.
Yes.
What was that story called?
Screwed.
Screwed. That's right.
Yep. Which
that one was good. I enjoyed that.
That was an interesting experience, and for all the trouble you had with Amazon. But I'm personally a little proud to say that, oh yeah, I've been in something that was banned. Not everyone could say that. Maybe not everyone would want to say it, but
yeah, and that was legit. That actually happened. I mean, now actually no safe word is back on Amazon now. You can get it. But for a little while, for whatever reason, it was banned. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, really. I can't dig into that shit. But
did they ever
it was banned.
Give you a reason?
Well, yeah. Through the email exchanges, they said it was because the content was what was it? Because the content was too offensive. It didn't meet their guidelines. I was like, okay. What was bad about it? But I reached to the point to where I kept on resubmitting it, changing this, changing that. And I almost got my account terminated. I knew what it was. I knew what was going on. I just wanted him to say it. I wanted him to tell me. Because there was one word I changed in the fucking intro. I think that's, I don't know. But even with Shitfest, when I submitted Shitfest, the first time I submitted it, it went through just fine. The second time I submitted it, because I had to make a quick little ninja edit on some things I missed, and they gave me a hard time about something. I was like, but you guys accepted it before, just fine.
What suddenly changed?
Yeah, nothing changes. Like someone, maybe I don't know if someone actually reads it and checks for something like the basic stuff, but that's the only thing I think of. Maybe some variable like that. I don't know. But I liked your story, No Safe Word. It seemed like a very plausible, real scenario.
God, I hope not.
Yeah. Like, God. Okay, we're talking about a story where, like, what a dude is like fucking his mistress, right? And just banging the hell out of this fucking girl he meets, and his wife comes home. his wife comes home. And wasn't he like a politician or something? It was like
Yeah.
like he had
something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that shit happens. No, that fucking happened recently. What's his fucking name? Wiener. Wasn't his name Wiener? The dude that was sending fucking dick pics to kids. You can't make this shit up. It happens. A politician named fucking Wiener was sending fucking dick pics to everyone. Like kids.
Again.
Or 17-year-olds. You know?
Up punchline.
Wow. I mean, come on. If that was the main character in your story, he wouldn't be embarrassed. He'd be like, honey, you have two choices. You can join, or you can sit the fuck back and watch. Because I'm fucking her. Yeah. And that was cool, though. It worked well for no safe word. Yeah.
And I was kind of inspired by, I mean, it's not at all a direct copy or homage or whatever to him, but in writing that and taking on that theme, I was inspired by like Clive Barker. I've always loved reading, and I thought he's always had this interesting approach to sexuality, especially when it comes to horror. Like how human sexuality can be two extremes, something pure, beautiful, passionate, what have you, and then you things on the other side that you have to go to very dark places on the internet to see. And I just find that dichotomy in human sexuality interesting, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's fucking interesting. I mean, there's okay. So yeah, so sexuality in the dark places in the internet. What are you talking about? Like porn? Like so sexuality, the human sexuality is like this natural thing, but yet it's taboo, especially here in America. Like it's like violence over fucking porn or anything like that. You know?
Yeah. Because again, you have like some of these more idyllic ideas of sex and sexuality, of being between two people who genuinely love each other, care for each other.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you've got that other side of weird fetishes and stuff that just makes you go, huh? And I think that's interesting to apply to horror.
Well, it works because it's out there. It's in that fringe. It's in that taboo sphere. And that's why it's so easy to apply. I would say, like, if that shit was just, like, the norm, it wouldn't really have that sort of thing. I don't think, because I feel like people would be used to it. But we're also, Clive Barker, he was, I was thinking of someone else. Yeah, I was thinking... I was thinking John. No, I was thinking of some other guy's name. I can't. It's all right. It's all right. I was going to make a reference, but sorry. Shitfest. Been selling on some rum, but oh fuck. All I can say from that is that what I want to go with is, man, you want to see some dark, crazy shit on the internet? Man. There's a fetish I saw the other day that haunts me still. Grown-ups fucking wearing diapers. And I'm not talking about grandma or grandpa. I'm talking about like someone like you or me wearing a goddamn diaper. That's legit shit. This happens.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe it. Again, crazy. We said that already.
Yeah.
We'll do some weird shit.
Yeah, I was watching a freaking video. This guy who kind of sounded like a little bit like you now. I think about it. It was all like, now the reason why I wear diapers is this. And he starts going into it. I'm just like, this is fucking, what are we talking about here? Is this guy trolling? Is this guy a troll? He's messing with me. Is he being legit? What's going on here? There's no way. And I'll tell you something. You piss them off. You make any jokes about them, they get crazy, man. That freaking diaper community, whatever, they get fucking crazy. You watch the video. I actually have a video to talk about. It's called Shit Show ABDL Stupid. ABDL is like adult baby diaper lover or whatever. It sounds crazy. I can't believe I'm talking about it. But you watch. The video's gonna get all sorts of thumbs downs. It's all from the freaking diaper community, the fucking babies. We're talking about fucking taboo shit. God damn it. But and you
I feel like another horror story is coming on.
It's a fucking horror story. You watch these videos, and it's like if you just change the contrast in these videos and slow down their dialogue or whatever, it would be perfect for horror. Oh man, it's just so creepy. But here I am judging that. But of course, if people are into like BDSM, whips and chains, I'll be like, hey, you go to town, man. You get whipped a bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm too safe. Maybe I'm too safe.
No safe word. See what
Hey, did I ask you yet? Do you have any shit stories? I think I asked you before we started, but do you have any shit stories?
I have a potential shit story.
All right. Share us your shit story.
Yeah. So, according to my folks, they say that when I was a little kid, 3, 4, maybe 5, if I'm really wanting to put the limit on this, we were walking around some hardware, Home Depot sort of store with utilities, and they had a floor section displaying some toilets, whatnot. And according to my parents, who I might be liable at this, they say that I saw fit to use one of these toilets and went to the bathroom in it. So, yeah.
You were like, what, 5? Go. Did you do that right? You were a 5-year-old. A 5-year-old just taking a shit in a toilet. Like a toilet on display.
Yeah, why not? I mean, going to...
Oh, man, that's fucking hilarious. Okay, can you imagine that? Can you imagine seeing a little 5-year-old just dropping a deuce in a goddamn toilet that's or after like me at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. And there's 5-year-old little Patrick just dropping shit right there. Trying to flush. You know? Mom, Dad, it's not flushing. It's like, oh, God damn
it. Go out to a Home Depot at like 4:00 in the morning sometime or whatnot, and I guarantee other children doing it. You might see grown-ups doing it.
Dude, yeah.
Like,
probably.
People are weird. So yeah.
What do you do? Oh my God. You're right. Think about all the other people who use the toilets like that. You fuck. Dude, when Home Depot first opens, there's probably someone maybe still drunk from the night before, maybe hungover. I don't know. Maybe some Mexican dude. I don't know. He's on the fucking toilet taking a shit. Realizes, oh wait a second, that's the wrong shit. That's the wrong toilet. It's right there in the fucking store. Oh man, there has to be fucking like horror stories about this. Oh man, I should have found those people and told them about the shit fest. Oh man. Okay, now we have a mission here. You realize that we have a mission where we need to tell people who work at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever about this anthology. Like, hey, come on. You have a story to tell? Dude. What did your parents do?
I don't know. I thought that he said that someone wanted us about it, but I don't know what happened there. Shit happens, man. Shit
happens. Do you have any kids?
No, I do not.
Oh.
But I will keep it in mind if I ever do have any avoid Lowe's or Home Depot, or at least pay very close attention to them when we go in there.
Because if you don't, and he
Don't
did
do what
that,
Daddy did.
well, good luck on that. You know, our parents tell us all sorts of shit not to do. We do it anyway. What would you do?
Screw you, Dad. I'm going to take a crap in Lowe's.
Yeah. We'd be like, well, hurry it up. Because what are you going to do? You can slap him around in the store. Fuck. Good luck on that. What, the employees see that shit and they were like, you got to change it? Or not going to change it, you got to clean it. Who the fuck is cleaning that? It's fucking nasty, man. That's fucking nasty. Oh, man. That reminds me of the time where I was working at Blockbuster back when renting videos was a thing. And this guy, he's a regular. He was probably like in his 40s, maybe early 50s. He was regular, right? He goes there all the time, and he knows that we usually keep the new release for him. We keep one for him. But this time, we didn't. We were out. Yes, you have such and such. It was probably some lame like Mr. or Mrs. Smith. You know what I'm talking about? Like Brad Pitt and Angelina. So something stupid like that. Some bullshit movie. You know, no big deal, except for the drama they created. We didn't have that. So the guy, he disappears for a while. And he checks out. He's gone. We check in the fucking bathroom. You know, just where the clothes are. We're checking. And there's this huge fucking diarrhea dump, like in a goddamn trash can. Like, it's like leaking everywhere. It's everywhere. It's like the dude just ass blasted in the fucking bathroom. All because we knew it was him because he was the only customer at closing time. And I checked the goddamn bathroom before. It's just so happened to be in there. He was the only guy left, the only one. So we knew it was him. It had to be him. Man. We did not. I tell you what, we burned that fucking thing. We fucking threw that thing in the goddamn dumpster. Because what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
What are you doing with that? I'm not cleaning that shit up. No way.
Vengeance is mine.
Put his face on it. Put his face on the store on the door. You are not using this bathroom.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man, shit stories. Oh, that's horrible, man. Doing some real shit. Okay, we still have some people watching here and there. Hey, if you want a free copy of the Shit Fest, the new Shit Fest anthology from Deadman's Tome, you let me know in the chat that you want a copy. I'll give you one. All you have to do is say something in the chat. Be like, I want it. What is Shit Fest? If you're new to the stream, it is a brand new serving of shit stories that are hilarious and disgusting, horrible. They're the sort of stories you don't want to read after you've eaten something, you know? Man. All right. Well, let's see. You know what we could do? Kind of moving streaming. What's going on here? All right. What we could do, if you have some time, is we could read something. You care to? Well, do you have your story? Or your story's coming long. How long is your story?
Let's see here. I printed off a copy just in case.
Okay.
That's about 5 or 6 pages, like.
Yeah. Maybe. All right. Curses and shit. Well, let's see what. I'm looking at one here. Okay. See what. We can tackle this one together. Get it. Hold on. Because you have two dudes, two main characters, Morton, Radney, huh? Radney and Morton. Okay. All right, and Morton's the first guy. Huh? All right. You care to take a stab at this? You want to do it? You want to get into it?
We can give it a shot.
Give it a shot. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Let's see if we give it a shot. We got some more people watching. That's good. All right. I tell you what. We're gonna get into reading Curses and Shit. And this story is about a flying bat turd. Not to repeat that over and over again, but that is crazy, right? Flying bat shit. Okay. Let's get into this. I'm reading from the ebook. Looking at right here. I'll help you out with the dialogue. I'll try to keep up. Hopefully not be too days or too much, too buzz for this rum. All right, let's start from the top. Curses and Shit by Patrick Winters. Oh, all right. You ready?
Okay. So I'm starting this out and you're doing the voice of Mort?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Curses and Shit. On the telly, Graham Norton was telling his crack about the exotic dancer with the balloon fetish when Mort gave a shout from the bathroom.
Radney, come look at this. Sounds fucking funny. Oh, I'll make him redneck. Radney, come look at this. Okay.
Rather than answer his flatmate's call, Radney laughed along with the audience on the telly. Norton really got them going as the host started to pantomime all the tricks there could do with a couple balloons, hopping and dancing around, and bringing Stephen Fry into the gag. The special guest was instantly red in the face with all his giggling.
Hey, Radney.
Radney wrapped his arms around his gut and bent inwards with his laughter. His foot knocked over one of their bongs on the coffee table.
Radney.
Yeah, he hollered, trying to get his breath back. All right. Radney sighed and tossed a box of Little Devil snack cakes onto the couch, the cartoon Satan on the packaging winking up at him and promising that they were devilishly delicious. And that they were. He'd already motored through a box of the sweets. He brushed plastic wrappers off his lap and stood up. After pausing the show, he tossed the remote onto the couch. He wiped at his eyes, wet from the gag, but red from the wise giblets, as he trudged down the hall towards the bathroom, still giving little hoots of humor. His mirth was slapped clear aside as soon as the smell hit. Radney covered his mouth and nose and ducked back out into the hall. Mort stood there with a grin on his face, watching Radney as he started coughing up. The big lummox was haloed in the light from a hall window. One of his hands pointed lazily towards the toilet. Radney entered again, looking into the poor sloth. What he saw on a rather unique expression. Equal, prickle, and sigh of awe. Christ, he shouted, his blasphemy muffled against his hands. How'd you get that out?
It wasn't easy,
Mort said with a shake of his head. His grin fell as he recalled his strain and efforts, and judging by the enormity of the unfleshed specimen, much strain and one hell of an effort. Ran over the toilet to have another look, but another whiff sent him stumbling back again. Good Lord, it smells like a mangy cat that got shit out of a bum's arse.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're out of Glade, by the way.
Never does much good anyway. Radney pointed him down to the stupefying stool. Awful proud of it, aren't you? Mort nodded, and quite enthusiastically.
Yeah, that's right. I ain't never had one quite like that before. Big one, ain't it?
Huh, big. Radney had never heard such an understatement. He simply couldn't take his eyes off it, horrible as it was. It's the size of Margaret Thathead, and just as pretty at that.
Think I should get a picture?
For what, your damn Christmas card? Holidays, why don't you have this log for your fire? Mort shook like jelly at that one, and a playful shove. What the hell have you been eating anyway, birthing a brown bidette? Christ. Mort's brow crazy gave that some serious thought.
Ramen, a bit of McDonald's, some donuts, and a bit more ramen. Ramen. How am I supposed to say that? Ramen? I don't know.
Let's just go with it.
Yeah.
Radney shook his head, wondering if his friend was onto something after all in regards to taking a picture. Might have sent it to Guinness World Records or something like that. That's what you're always stuffing yourself with. What else have you had? Mort's forehead wrinkled up again, this time thought. Then it seemed like something came to him, and his concentration was sort of uncertainty.
Well, I bought a sweet off that vendor on the corner of Waxford and Fleeter this morning.
Radney crunched up, and his eyes narrowed in swift, stern judgment. You mean that old woman with the raccoon eyes and the scarves on her head? He nodded.
Mm-hmm.
She's a fucking gypsy, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Mark returned his friend's harsh look.
No, she fucking isn't.
I mean, look at her. Been wandering in the past week. She's a goddamn gypsy, mate, and you should never have anything to do with a goddamn gypsy. They put curses on people. Ain't you ever heard of Stephen King's Thinner? Mort shrugged as though his old friend had made an irrefutable point he really couldn't argue against.
And then I lost my place. Oh, fuck off, mate. The point is, stay away from the gypsies or else.
Radney's worn silent as a bubbling sound echoed out from the toilet. Radney and Mort looked at the porcelain and then back to each other. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Well,
Radney's
Radney's
head went back to the toilet and the mahogany mound inside it.
Yep. All right. But what?
Another wet gurgling reverberated against the porcelain, and the heap of excrement actually moved. It swelled up and released like the beating of a heart. Radney, he pointed at the toilet, babbling with disgust and surprise. See that? The turd just moved. Mort gave another of his big laughs.
Oh, you're full of it, Rad. You're full of it, Radney.
His handy with another lurch. The water around it bubbled as though suddenly boiling. There was so much pressure and force to it that its spray shot up along the walls. Flecks of fecal splattered across Mort's chest. The big man's smile fell as he looked down at his soiled sweatshirt. Red, meanwhile, watched in sickened amazement as something came bursting out of the toilet. A pair spread out over the lip of the porcelain. Bare skin and splotched, fanning and flapping in instant rush. They pulled the creature up out of the toilet, revealing its long, slithery body. It was long from head to tip, every inch covered in a fine-coated caca. Its tail looked about like a worm on a hook, and its head, which looked to be all jagged-toothed mouth and with no discernible, darted back and forth as if it were looking from Mort to Radney. It let loose an angry, wheezing screech. Mort and Radney screamed, and then the thing came swooping towards them, mouth opened wide, razor teeth extending out like barbs. Mort tried to fend it off as it came barreling into him. His big hands wrapped around its serpentine body, trying to hold it, maybe even squeeze the life out of it. But the thing was slippery with excrement, and with every one of its harsh lunges, its teeth came closer to snatching Mort's nose. A particularly close call sent Mort back into Radney. The flatmates fell, smacking into the sink behind them and setting the cabinet overhead to rattle it. Razors, cotton balls, and a scattering of other things came spilling out as the two yelling men fell to the floor, the flying creature still on the offense. While Mort struggled with the creature, Radney tried wiggling out from under his friend's great bulk. Clawing at the tiled floor, a hand fell across the cool aluminum of some can. He grabbed hold of it and read the label. Glade. It had fallen out from the cabinet. Hung the can up to the creature's maw. He squeezed down on the trigger and a white spray of apple shot into the thing's mouth. It gave a squeal and reeled back. A swoop of its wings pulled it out of Mort's clutches. The thing went smacking into the wall and falling to the floor, sounding as if it were hacked. Mort and Radney took the opportunity to get to their feet. They ran out of the bathroom, still yelling for their lives. There are moments in one's life when an idea flashes to mind, with little time to think on whether it is sheer genius or utter shit absurdity. Either way, given the proper circumstance, this seems to offer the only possible course of action. In that moment, fleeing from the monster that had come from his friend's arse, Radney had such a thought. It came to him as they ran into their living room, the screech of the creature at their backs as it continued its attack. It was the glade that spurred the idea on, something Radney had seen in action movies once or twice before, and which he'd rather wanted to try doing himself. And now, with Mort bawling behind him, the creature lashing its tail out at the big man's face, it seemed as good a time as any to try it out. Kitchen, Radney hollered back to his friend. He scrambled into the living room, heading for the small adjoining kitchen. He launched past the fridge and their island counter, going for the drawers to eat of their measly oven. Radney started wrenching them open as Mort tussled with the creature. the thing's wings flapping overhead as it tried to nip at his face. A drawer of cooking knives and other utensils tumbled out of its nook as Radney heaved. Cursing, he rummaged through another drawer of odds and ends. Masking tape, old batteries, a rubber chicken. The damn thing had to be in there somewhere. Then, as he reached the bottom, Radney found it. Those long-necked lighters for cooking outdoors and the like. A year back when they bought it after a night of boozing and Taco Bell. They'd had the notion to light the exhaust of their burritos there. And when it had failed, tossed the lighter into the drawer and forgotten it. Radney grabbed it and spun about. Out of the fucking way! Mort grabbed hold of the creature's head and with all his might threw it aside. He ducked to the floor and hid behind Radney as the thing fought to right its midair. Radney extended the lighter out as far as he could. He flicked the flame on and put the can of Glade behind it, squeezed the trigger. A lit fire came belching out and up into the air, shooting across the creature. It squealed in surprise as the fire ignited across its wings and covered its tail, turning it into a flickering candle's wick. The creature somersaulted in the air, trying its best to get past the spray of flame and back to its target. Radney was prepared, but in a matter of seconds, the can of Glade to sputter. The concoction inside was going dry. The arc of fire faltered out entirely. The creature was still flying through the air, alive and pissed off, and it was heading straight for Radney. He screamed what he thought would be his last, and then Mort leapt out from behind him, swinging a long, wicked, sharp kitchen knife. The blade was singing straight through the creature's neck, its white cut short. Its head plopped to the floor, away from the rest of its fiery remains, which lay in a reeking heap by the oven. Side by side, heaving and wide-eyed for a good while, staring at the horrible dead thing as the fire about it slowly died out. After swallowing the lump in his throat, Radney held up the can of empty air. We're out of Glade, by the way.
Never does good anyway.
The can slipped out of Radney's hand and clattered along the floor. Fucking gypsies, mate. Mort nodded. The two friends went quiet again. The gravity of what had happened settled in as most other sensation went out, leaving them in a numb stupor for a good while more. Radney was so out of it, he hardly felt the roiling gurgle bubbling through his stomach. Boardroom of a towering building in downtown Atlanta, a most peculiar meeting was underway. A dozen executive members of the recently founded Down South Food Corporation were busy going over numbers and detailing the progress of ongoing deal. Each was dressed in a fine Zegna suit, which had been perfectly tailored to fit over their shrouds of human flesh. So far, the effect had been quite convincing.
Very good.
You'd be the vice president.
Yeah, very good.
The company's vice president said in response to an underling's presentation,
I want to see those poisonings up 10% by next quarter, if we're still up here by then. Now, what's the report on our Little Debbie snack cakes like? Little Devil.
Copyright. A bald board member at the opposite end of the table straightened in his seat. The product is doing well in every facet, sir. International sales have been strong, particularly in the United States, as we projected. Our marketing team is drafting a new commercial as we speak to introduce the chocolate-flavored cakes.
And what about the birthing results?
The VP cut in. The reporting executive smiled. They're projected to be quite high. The presence of the hellspawn eggs in the product have gone unnoticed by the public. We believe the sprinkles help to mask them. And certain FDA representatives have, of course, been persuaded to help keep them unnoticed.
And the incubation?
Incubation inside the human host has been working as planned. Not all eggs are successfully hatched, of course. Perhaps only 1 in 5. We knew that would happen, though, thanks to our rounds of product tests. Our associates in law enforcement throughout countries of distribution have been reporting a number of incidents involving the hellspawn's births. At least a dozen known attacks in this last week alone.
Any resulting fatalities?
The VP asked, eyes wide. Several, the executive beamed. And to the company's fortune, the hellspawn have often fled the scene by the time police arrive to investigate. Many attacks have been called in, but tend to be treated as crank calls. Even those that aren't reported, the resulting cases are quickly wrapped up thanks to a little push here. The true natures of the deaths go unexplained. There is yet to be any recorded or photographic evidence of the hellspawns caught by the humans. So,
Wonderful, wonderful.
The VP cut in again. He had good news to give to the president of the company when next they met. They would be most pleased that their earthly mischief was working so well.
Well, gentle minions, I move to end this meeting and call it a fruitful one. Now, what say you all to head out for lunch?
Each of the executives nodded, smiling at human and Ian's, knowing what came next.
Perfect.
The vice president declared.
Hooters it is. All right. All right. All right, man.
And that is curses and shit.
Curses
and all of
and
its
shit.
glory?
Yes. I mean, I could see that. It kind of reminds me of what is that? Shaun of the Dead, in a way. I could see it kind of like that. You know, you have two guys kind of trying to handle a situation the best they can, and they seem like they'd be kind of like stoner idiots a little bit. I don't. That's my perception, that they would be kind of.
Well, I take that as a
kind of yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Just haphazardly going through it.
We'll go to the Winchester.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, no new questions. No new questions. All right. Well, I think we're good as far as the podcast goes. I don't really think I have any question at this point. It doesn't seem like anyone else could come in for some free copies, which is disappointing, but that's okay. That's okay. I've got something to hand out anyway. All right. Well, before we wrap this up, hey, Patrick, you have anything you want to say? Anything you want to plug?
No, not really.
Okay. Well,
A very profound statement, was it not?
all right. Well, ladies, gentlemen, this is the Deadman Stone podcast. And if you made it this far, definitely need to press that thumbs up button. Unless you listen to it all, watch it all, and you want to press thumbs down, which, okay. All righty. Anyway, with that said, y'all take it easy. All right.